Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I want to start out by apologizing to everyone because it has been a minute since I made a full-length video. There, we'll put it that way. I went back and reviewed the last video I shot that I was going to put out after my little 1-minute short that I did, and I just scrapped the whole video. The whole time I was shooting it, the neighbor's dog barked and barked and barked. And at times you couldn't hear what I was saying for him barking. That is his new favorite thing to do if anybody is outside in the backyard. He just wants to run up and down the fence and bark at you the whole time you're there. And the neighbors put him out and leave him out all day long. So outside videos here at the house are going to have to be shot when the dog's inside, or I'm just going to have to find a new place to shoot altogether. Now, that being said, I'm going to do something a little different. I haven't done a Knife Show Sunday video in a while, and I have got several knives that I need to do videos on, and I thought about doing separate videos on all three of them. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do one video and go over all three knives. That way, get a little bit more length out of it, throw a lot of information at you, a lot of opinion at you, and then we'll go from there. So the three knives that I've got, let me get you turned here, are Benchmade Bugout, Spyderco Native Chief, and the Columbia River Knife and Tool Clever. Now, the first two, I got both of these in a trade. I liked them. I've wanted a Bugout for a long time and just couldn't justify giving almost $200 for a pocket knife. Same thing with the Native Chief. I had seen it, but never really paid much attention to it until this guy offered these two up in the trade, and I handled the Native Chief. And then at that point, it was like, you know, I've got to have this. The Minimalist Clever for Columbia River Knife and Tool was a Easter gift from my wife. It is not my normal style of blade, but after using it for a little while, for an EDC, the cleaver design is very handy, and that really surprised me. So I've got some cheat notes here on everything, and we'll get up here and get started. So get you back around here. We'll go over the Benchmade Bugout first. It has the axis lock that Benchmade is so famous for. Really love it. It's really convenient, easy to operate one-handed. So really love that. This one has the CPM S30V steel blade. That could be possible that all of them have that in this price range. These, the blue handled ones, for some odd reason, seem to be the cheapest ones out of the bunch. And they're running anything from 160 to about 180 bucks. The overall length on the blade is 3.24, so right at 3¼ inches. The thickness of the blade is 0.09. The overall length of the knife is right at 7½ inches. And closed, it's right at 4¼ inches. Now this is the big selling point for this knife for me, and that's the weight. This thing weighs 1.85 ounces. When you drop this thing in your pocket, you forget about it even being there. The pocket clip is reversible. Tip up is the only way you can carry this, but that doesn't seem to be an issue with me. I carry mine on my off side, so I carry it on my right side. Goes in, tip up. When I pull it out of the pocket, it's right there, easy for me to get open. Also, these things are so customizable. It is crazy the stuff you can get for these. I have been on the internet and Amazon and eBay, and you can get colored spacers, different colored hardware. You can get different colored pocket clips, handle scales made out of aluminum, titanium, brass, linen micarta, G10, just all kinds of stuff for these things. So the possibilities are endless when it comes to customizing these. I've used this one for about a month now. It is my go-to off-duty everyday carry because, like I said, you can drop it in your pocket and it will just completely disappear and you forget about even having it. When I got it, it was a little dull, so I touched it up with a ceramic stone on the work sharp, stropped it, and after that, the only thing I've done to it is every 4 or 5 days, if I've used it a lot, I just take it and run it over a leather strop and be done with it. And it'll still shave the hair off your arms. So, great, great knife. Now, put that one away and move to the next one. The next one is the Spyderco Native Chief. All the Spydercos have that big honking hole in it instead of thumb studs. I have found it works great for opening no matter which hand I'm using, so it's in the perfect spot for that. The overall length on this knife closed is 5.8 inches. Sorry, 5.08 inches. So just a touch over 5 inches long. It weighs 3.9 ounces. So it's a whole lot heavier than that other one. And part of that is it has a full steel liner in the back. And then thick G10 handle scales on this. Plus, there's a whole lot of blade there. The overall length on this blade is 4.08 inches. The overall cutting edge on this blade is 3.58 inches. It has this jimped little choil, which allows you to really choke up if you need to do fine tasks. And that point, I don't know if you can see it up here. There you go. That point is like a freaking needle. So great defensive knife, let's put it that way, and utility knife. I carry this one at work all the time now. I've cut seat belts, airbags, opened letters, everything under the sun with it. The steel on this one is also CPM S30V. It was fairly sharp when I got it. I just took a ceramic stone and a strop to it, and it will actually make the hair jump off your arm when you try to shave with it. It is a reversible tip up, tip down carry, both right and left. Does have a lanyard hole in it. Incredible knife. The blade thickness on this one is 0.125, so it's a whole lot thicker than the Bugout. But it's the minute you put it in your hand, you can tell it's a whole lot heavier built knife than the Bugout. The only thing with this one, it takes 2 hands to close it because of the tension on that lock there. So really been impressed with that one. So let's set that one aside, and then we'll get into this one. Oh, I forgot to, on this one. The overall length on this one opened is 9.08 inches. So that is a heck of a pocket knife. Oops, sorry about that. So it's a big honking knife. It's actually a little bit bigger than the Columbia River knife and tool M21 that I've carried for years. The main reason I went to this one is the choil and the blade steel. That just outperforms the other one completely. Wanted to throw that in the size because that was one of the things that the other guy that I got it from didn't like. Now, the last one. The Columbia River Knife and Tool Minimalist Clever. Like I said, this is not my normal blade design, but it has really impressed me. The handle on this is amazing. As you can see, it is a 3-fingered knife, but with those finger grooves, when you get it in your hand and lock it in, it's not going anywhere. It doesn't matter what you do with it, it's not going anywhere. The blade on this one is only 2.13 inches long. The handle is comfortable. It's G10 on this one, I believe. The weight on the knife is 1.7 ounces. The weight with the sheath is 2.3 ounces. The overall length is just a touch over 5 inches. The thickness on the blade is 0.10 inches. It is made out of 5CR 15 MOV steel. It is bead blasted. I haven't had any issues with rust on it yet. It wasn't the sharpest right out of the box, but a fine diamond and a ceramic and then a strop, and it's razor sharp. I haven't had any issues with it maintaining the edge. Once I got it sharp, I didn't know how it was going to be without having an actual defined point. But I have found that if you hold that thing like that and get right up on that tip, you don't have any issues. It works just like a point on a drop point or a clip point blade. This thing does an excellent job of EDC tasks, opening boxes, opening letters, cutting tape, just basic stuff like that. And I've really been impressed with this one overall. It's set up to where you can wear it as a neck knife. It also comes with a little belt clip that goes on it. This belt clip to me is useless because that is for about 1.25 inch belt. And the belt that I wear is 1.5 inches, 1.75 inches, and it will not fit through this. So, don't know what I'm going to do about that yet. Not a real big fan of neck knives, and the reason for that, I have to keep them tucked in my shirt because I don't like that thing bouncing and swinging around every time I move. I've actually considered maybe trying to get one of the small utility clips and see if I could use it to clip it just inside my pants pocket where the handle sticks out. If I do that and it works, I'll let you know. But just wanted to do a real quick Knife Show Sunday video. Haven't done one in a while, and I had a bunch of new knives. Like I said, I thought about doing separate videos on all of them, but I figured I'd just do one and cover all 3 of them. We're rolling up on 14 minutes, so that's a pretty good length video to talk about knives and not get long-winded. So there you go. Short, sweet, to the point, considering we went over 3 knives. You all have a good day. Like, share, subscribe. I'll get another one up for you soon.